We are busy all of the time. So why do we have no money? I run an established service-based business. We're constantly busy. The team has plenty of work and revenue is coming in, but our margins are thin and there never seems to be enough cash left in the bank at the end of the month. Payroll and operating expenses eat through most of the money coming in, and despite being busier than ever, financially the business doesn't feel healthy. How can a business be incredibly busy but still make very little money? And what should I look at first to fix it? This is so common in service-based businesses. Okay, they haven't given me what service-based business they're in, so I'm just going to give everyone a generic overview. We see this a lot. So cost of materials in service-based businesses has increased. In some areas, we've seen it increase by 10%. Other areas, we've seen it increase by up to 40%. But often as a service-based business, you don't increase your prices. So that's the first thing that we need to take into account. Cost of goods typically have gone up. Secondly, just the general cost of running the business has gone up. So, water, electricity, rent, insurance, they've typically gone up as well, in some cases by up to 15 or 20%. Staff, team members, etc., that's gone up across the world in how much you're paying and increase of that. Service-based business, we all know the issues that we've been having with fuel. So fuel has been bouncing up and down. They haven't given me the country, so I'm just going to generalize this. So by taking all of those into account, where we're looking at, okay, the cost of goods have gone up, we know that the cost of running the business itself has gone up, the cost of hiring people has gone up, and the cost of fuel has gone up, and they've all kind of risen all at the same time. But then as a service-based business, to stay competitive in your local area, often you don't raise your pricing. I think on here they've also said that they've been given some advice. They just need to get more people in the door. I would question that. The reason why I'd question that is just because you're trying to get more customers in the door isn't going to make the problem go away. In fact, it could actually intensify the problem. So what I would do, I've got a model which is called the ABCD model. And this is about sitting down and profiling your customers of the ones that you're servicing. So some of the services that you're offering will be more profitable than others. And I would almost guarantee that you'll have services that you offer that lose the company money. I'm not saying to get rid of those yet, because sometimes you need a loss leader to move into a high profitable product. But I would be looking at breaking your customer base down into this A, B, C, and D model. So if you're watching this, grab a pen and paper. So A are your customers that need the least from you, the easiest to service, and are typically the most profitable. So those are your A customers. Every business has them, but normally you've normally got between 5 and 10%. Your B customers is where the majority of your core customer base is. These customers typically need a little bit more from you. The net profit and the gross profit on these customers is less. So I'm asking you to do something probably that you may not have done. I want you to work out what your GP and net profit is by service, by customer. And that can be by location. It can be, the type of service that you're offering. If it's a new build, or is it a repair? Are you doing plumbing? Are you doing sinks or toilets or whatever it might be? So I want you to start to profile the services that you offer by customer and then work out what your GP is. By doing this, this gives you clarity, because then you can then work out, okay, these are A customers, these are my B customers. So we need to keep the A and the B, and we need to keep those kind of stable. And you'll always be able to grow your A customers, and some of your B customers, you may even be able to move into the A customer field. But that's a whole nother session that we might do at another time. Most businesses will have C and D. Now your C customers are either breaking even or they're losing your money. Your D customers are 100% losing your money. So your C customers are the ones that take a lot more work. They typically require a lot more interaction. And they are, most of the time, you are breaking even at best. And if you work it out properly, you're normally losing money. And your D customers are 100% losing money. These are the whiny, squeaky wheel customers that moan the loudest, that probably a lot of your team might be having to deal with. But these are the ones that 100% costing you money. And D customers, I would highly recommend that you get rid of. And how do we do that? Well, over the years, I've developed different partnerships for myself and with others. So my D customer might be someone else's A customer. So just because they're a D customer to me doesn't mean to say that they're not an A customer for someone else. So I'll then have a look at someone in my area, maybe even a competitor, sit down, have a coffee, have a meal, start to have a look at, okay, we're all in this together. There's enough customers in this space where we can grow, but I've got some customers here that I aren't profitable for the business. I'm not able to service them very well, etc. It might be a number of different things, but be really clear on it before you go and have the meeting. And then you can have the chat and say, look, would you be interested in doing some form of a partnership on these customers? Because we've got a lot of them and I can see that you service these really well. By the same token, they may have some D customers of their own and they're not aware of it, but they're your A customers. So you might service them really well. And I've done this literally thousands of times for my own businesses and people that I've worked with, and it just changes the landscape. You have to be careful on how you do it, and obviously you're not giving IP away in that, but that's where I would be looking at that. I would be profiling your customers first. I'd be looking at your cost increase. I'd be looking at your day-to-day running costs and looking at where areas you can get some cost savings. There's a bunch of other things that you can do to reduce, overheads. I'm not saying that replace people with AI or anything like that. It's about how do you use some of the new technologies to amplify some of the work that you're doing, reducing some of your costs, maybe giving some better service, and then profiling your customers into the A, B, C, D. If you want more information on the frameworks and the strategies around the A, B, C, D, wherever you're watching this video, either message in again or comment below and I can share some more information. So I hope that has helped. If you want to send some more information on your service-based business, let me know and tell me kind of what country you're located in and the exact product and service that you are doing. I can give you some more targeted information.